Welcome to another episode of The Brand Called You, a podcast and a video show where it brings you leadership lessons, knowledge, and experience from hundreds of successful individuals from around the world. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe so you won't miss a new episode. I'm your host, Frits Bussemaker, and today I'm privileged to have a conversation with Nick Adkins. Nick, welcome to the program.
Brits, it's good to see you. Thank you for having me on.
Nick, when I was looking you up, I have to share the audience a little bit about your background, but it's quite interesting just to read up on, you could say, what you're bringing to the table, because I've seen in a couple of statements, Nick Adams is a former suit-wearing MBA. One quote. But since the 90s, you've had various business development roles, both in payment and medical. But I think the reason we reached out is 10 years ago, you're the co-founder of Pinksocks. You wrote a book about that experience, and that's what we're going to talk about. But before we're going to talk about that, in one of your TED Talks you've given in San Francisco, I believe, you are positioned as the former suit-wearing MBA. Where does that come from? What does that mean?
Yeah. Well, Fritz, for most of my adult life, I lived in Nashville, Tennessee, which is kind of the capital for
Yeah.
healthcare in the country.
Okay.
A lot of hospitals and different healthcare companies are based there. And for most of my adult life, I was a healthcare executive in Nashville. And so I wore a suit and tie. I was the COO of a couple of healthcare companies along
Yeah.
the way, tie, cufflinks. I was that guy. And in 2010, I went to this thing called Burning Man,
Yep.
which is in the desert in Nevada for a week. And I came back from that and said, hey, I think I'm done being a healthcare executive. I'm done wearing a tie. I came back to
Mm.
the board meeting wearing blue jeans and a t-shirt and Tevas. And I was
Yeah.
done with the suit and decided to sell the company. And I moved to Portland, Oregon with the intentions of becoming a hippie. And that's pretty much what I did. And shortly after arriving in Portland, I met a burner who owns a kilt company. And he said, Nick, have you ever worn a kilt? I said, no. And he said, come on by. And so June of 2012 was the last time I wore pants. I only wear kilts and their brand. And so, yeah. And Fritz, I'll tell you how Pinksocks came
Yeah.
about is day one from wearing a kilt, I discovered, oh, you've got to wear fun socks because everybody sees your socks. You can't be that guy in the
Yeah.
Bermuda shorts with the
Yeah.
knee-high black dress socks. You can't be that
Mhm.
geek. And so I went and bought all the fun, funky socks I could find. T-Rexes, cupcakes, unicorns, rainbows, Sasquatch, pugs, monkey robots, you name it. And I had these pink knee-high ones with black muscle handlebar
Yeah.
mustaches on them.
Yeah.
Those socks are the ones that got the most, hey, I love your socks.
Mhm.
And the rest of the story for how Pink Socks started really comes from my switching to kilts versus pants.
Wow,
So,
that's serendipity. And one of the questions I normally ask a little bit later in the program, hey, what are your key milestones? But it's very obvious this is a key milestone, which, yeah, changed you a bit.
yeah,
But what I'm also hearing is pink socks could have been green alligators or something else.
correct.
It's
Yeah,
just the people around you say, okay, it's going to be pink socks.
yeah,
Now,
yeah.
tell me, what is, because you started to hand out pink socks. That's what pink socks is about. Why?
Well, at the time, this was 2015.
Yeah.
I was involved with a startup, a health tech startup in Portland, and it was COO and co-founder there. And we were trying to get our name on the map, right? So we have to go around and socialize what we're
Mhm.
doing and raise money, all the things that you do when you're a startup. And I told one of my co-founders and our CTO, Andrew Richards, we said, listen, let's go to this conference in Chicago. It's like the Super Bowl for healthcare IT professionals. 42,000 people are going to be there in suits and ties. And I said, listen, I don't own pants anymore. So you don't wear a suit either. Wear blue jeans, roll your pants up a little, wear a brew pub t-shirt. I'll just wear my standard kilt. And I'm going to get us 100 pair of these pink socks. with the mustaches on them. You put 50 in your little backpack, and I'm going to put 50 in my little backpack, and we'll just go rolling in there. And every time someone sees us in our pink socks and goes, "Hey, what's the story?" we're going to introduce ourselves and give them some pink socks and connect that way. And so that's what we did in April 2015 at the McCormick Center in Chicago. And we gifted our 100 pairs of pink socks like that. We started using the hashtag on social media,
Mhm.
pink socks, always one word, always plural. And that went viral at the event. And I tell you, Fritz, that day one, people were coming up saying, "Come meet our CTO, come meet our CEO, come meet our CMO." I mean, we're talking, Walgreens, Boots, Intel, Microsoft, Dell, all the big names. We got to connect and meet with C-suite folks at that conference in a way that we never could have imagined. And so we quickly understood that there was some magic in connecting with people over some fun, funky socks. And it really was that simple. We didn't have any plan on it becoming certainly what it is today, which is a global movement about spreading love and kindness. It just organically happened. And
Yeah.
Andrew and I continued to go to conferences that year in 2015 and into 2016, meeting new people and playing on social media and getting our pictures with the socks, and everybody wearing their socks and having fun with it. And it came time to go back to that same conference, the big health IT conference. And the next year it was going to be in Orlando in 2016. And sitting on my sofa at home in Portland, Oregon, and I was talking to Andrew on the phone, and we were like, "Okay, what are we going to take with us down to Orlando to give away, and have fun with?" I said, "Well, we can't do pink socks. That was fun. We did it for a year. We gotta have something else in our bag, this year." And Fritz, you know, this was all happening in real time as I'm on the phone with Andrew. Because I'm telling Andrew, I said, "Look, it's like Elvis, Elvis
Yeah.
Presley.
Mhm.
There was young, cool Elvis, and then there's fat old Elvis." I wanted the socks to just kind of go away as cool young Elvis and, not die away. Uh, while I'm talking to Andrew on the phone, somebody sends me a DM on what was then Twitter, and it says, "Hey, did you gift some pink socks to somebody in the Netherlands?" And I said, "No." And again, I'm all the way across over in Portland, Oregon. I go, "No." And he goes, "Go look at this." And there was a guy in the Netherlands who was sourcing pink socks on his own and gifting them to help drive awareness of the work that he does with Alzheimer's and dementia care. I was like, and boom, somebody sends me another message on Twitter. "Hey, Nick, did you send some pink socks to somebody in the Wales?" In Wales, I'm like, "No."
No.
There's a guy in Wales. I look him up. He's sourced pink socks and is gifting them to help drive awareness for the work that he's doing with ataxia, which is a rare disease. At that moment, we knew that pink socks had gone organic, that it was something that we should keep doing. So I said, "Andrew, get a bigger bag. We're taking more pink socks." So that's what we did. And
Yeah.
it's just really, we had fun with it through the years.
Uh,
Um,
Nick, if I may ask you, because the way you introduced the story of the pink socks, it, I mean, it sounded almost like you sound like a kilt wearing MBA in the sense that you had I mean, you said, okay, I'm going to bring it to the conference. I want to make certain people I get noticed. So it was a marketing gimmick to get noticed in that conference. So
Kind of,
like
yeah. So
almost,
we,
so there's that one epiphany, aka I need the pink socks. I need the say the initial Burning Man. I need to change something. But it
yeah.
seems that the second, I would say, coming almost, or the awareness is more gradual, where you realize it started to represent something else than just that marketing gimmick.
Yeah, so and we didn't even really think that it was going to be a marketing gimmick. We really wanted to use it just as a way to connect with people.
Yeah.
And because we didn't have a booth, we didn't have the money to do that. So we're just going to be walking around and trying to meet people. And, I tell you, Fritz, when you're at an event with a lot of people who are in suits and ties, and you're standing there not in a suit and tie, especially if you're in a kilt wearing knee-high pink socks, you get some pretty funny looks.
Yeah.
And And I told Andrew, I said, let's just stand right here in the middle of the room. And people walk by and they can roll their eyes. And, some people looked at us like they should probably call security to have us thrown out. Um, but that was a good
Yeah.
qualifier because that right there told us, that's a company. Those are people we really don't want to work with. Those are not our people. Our people are going to be the people that come over and want to connect and say, hey, what's your story? Let's have a conversation. Boom. And, some of those people that we met at that event in 2015 are still friends today.
Yeah. So what I'm
Dude,
hearing is that the means became a purpose.
yeah. Yeah, we probably should have taken business cards in retrospect, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, are you happy
we
what you're
had
doing right
fun.
now?
I'm sorry.
Are you happy what you're doing right now?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't be any more grateful to see how Pink Socks has grown as a movement. In 2016, I got invited to come over to Nijmegen
Mhm.
to do
That's in the Netherlands for the people out there.
yeah,
Yeah.
in the Netherlands. Yeah. A gentleman named Lucian Ingelen there was doing some digital health innovation work with Radboud University Med Center there in Nijmegen. And they held a conference called Our Future Health 16. It was in 2016 at the Opera House in
Yeah.
Nijmegen. It was very much like a TED Talk format. So I got to meet a lot of really cool people from the Netherlands. And that really, in fact, I got to meet the original guy that I talked about who was sourcing Pink Socks
Mhm.
to do the work for Alzheimer's dementia care. So I got to meet him in real life and, hugs for everybody. And it just, and then through the years that grew and got to come back to the Netherlands many times. We got connected with Jeroen Taas, who was at the time head of healthcare
Yeah.
for Philips, and that relationship with him and Phillips, and we grew the Pink Sox tribe exponentially because of those connections and those relationships. And from the Netherlands, it just spread all across Europe. So it's been
Yeah, it's booming.
fantastic to watch how this has grown. We're literally all around the world. We've gifted over 300,000 pairs of Pink Socks in the last 10 years, and just it's fun. Yeah.
And what drives you to do that?
Well, it's all the Pink Sox movement is built on this ethos of gifting
Mhm.
and connection and
Coming
showing
back what
up.
you learned at Burning Man.
Right.
Yeah.
So, there's these 10 principles of Burning Man
Yeah.
that everybody kind of signs off on, that attends. It's like the social
Mm.
contract, if you will, these 10 principles, so that you can survive this thing in the desert for a week and it doesn't implode on itself and everybody goes all Lord of the Flies before it's over. And one of those principles is gifting, the principle of gifting. And it's from that principle that Pink Socks was born. And the principle of gifting for its, true gifting is, when we think of gifting now, like if I gave you something,
Mhm.
you feel compelled to give me something back, right? Like you have this knee-jerk reaction. There has to be some quid pro quo. You gave me something, I got to give you something back. No, true gifting is just accepting the other person's gift. If I give you something, you accept it. Your acceptance of the gift is the gift.
It should
So
not be transactional.
correct. It's not transactional. It has no expectation. It's just a token.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, we connected, sitting on a train, sitting on a plane, standing in line at the post office, etc. On and on and on. This once upon a time, I met this really cool guy named Fritz, and he gave me these pink socks.
Mhm.
And there's I just wrote a book, but in my book, I mentioned another book called Braiding Sweetgrass by a woman named Robin Wall Kimmerer. And she's a Native American, original people here. She lives in New York. She's a professor of biology in New York. And in her book, Braiding Sweetgrass, she has some of the most beautiful writing on the act of gifting. And the line that I like the best, that really resonates with what we're doing at Pink Socks, is she says, the difference between gifting and no, how does it go? I'm just messing this up now. Just, oh, the difference between commodity
Yeah.
exchange,
Yeah.
gifting, is that gifting creates a relationship bond. And so it does, right? And so if you just go out and buy something, that doesn't create a relationship. You don't have a relationship with somebody you bought,
No.
somebody, gave somebody some money for something at the market. But if somebody gives you a gift, that does create a relationship bond that stays with you, and that memory that you can recall of, wow, that was so cool when I met Fritz or when I met her, those things stay with you. I mean, my background, this is not AI. I mean,
Yeah.
this is my home office, and these shelves are full of gifts that I've received from people along the path. I consider these things in this room to be treasures. And I can look at each one of these items and I can recall the feeling and the moment
Yeah.
when I was gifted those things. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
No
room full
inert
of
object. They
relationship.
represent people. They represent stories.
Yeah, yeah. And the socks are the same way. And the book is the same way. So
Yeah.
as Pink Socks has grown through the years on this ethos of gifting, I believe the book is going to grow the same way.
Yeah.
It's
And why did you decide I need a book? I need to write down what I've learned.
Yeah, I don't know if I decided that or not. For years, people in the Pink Sox tribe have said, Nick, you should write a book. You should write a book. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no. Um, I believe the book really needed these 10 years
Mhm.
because the book kind of wrote itself. And the stories in the book are stories of heart speak, of those shared moments of connection have been along the way. The book is not about me, it's about us, it's
Yeah.
about all of us. And when I wrote the book, Fritz, it was important I recognized I had to reach three audiences, three circles, if you will. That first circle being people who are already in the Pink Sox tribe that already have
Yeah.
their pink socks. They need to hear a little more of the detail of how it happened and some of the stories that have occurred along the way in these 10 years. The second circle needed to be the people that have heard about pink socks, but they don't have their pink socks yet. So that was the second circle, the curious circle. And then the third circle was people never heard of this at all. What is this about? So, and that third circle is really what drove the direction of the book and how it developed over time. And it took me 2.5 years to finish this little book. Um, and the reason I decided to really let's go ahead and do this thing is I I felt that we all needed some reminders that we need to show up with love and kindness in every now. We need to make a conscious choice in each now of how we show up. The world,
And
oh
is that
boy.
based on we need more or there is too little of it?
Well, I think, the world is sometimes dark and
Mhm.
sometimes fragmented and broken. And all the social media algorithms and the media and everything, we're getting fire hosed with all the negative stuff that it sometimes we forget, hey, the world really is full of good. It's all
Yeah. And
around
yeah.
us.
And that
And so the
actually,
book is a
yeah.
reminder for
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Because it alludes to something I reminded a quote you've once said that there's a difference between connectivity and connection.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. Like this thing right here, ding, 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 ding,
yeah.
ding, ding.
Yeah.
This is not connection. What you and I are doing right now, this is connection. This is connectivity, not connection. And you can't confuse those. There's a very real difference between connectivity and connection. And so the book is examples, real life lessons and heart speak that have been shared, and a reminder to, yeah, put your phone down, take your earbuds out, look at the person sitting next to you on the train, say, hey, it's good to see you. I'm Fritz. What's your
Okay.
name? Just that
Yeah,
simple.
okay. So,
Just
so
we
I
can connect.
understand. I understand the human connection where you're coming from. That I mean, I see when I travel in a train, everybody needs looking at their phone. But then again, I also aware that this is about 10, 15 years ago. We had the Arab Spring, and people realized, oh, that connectivity will allow connection on a global level. So there was this optimistic idea of, okay, um, the connectivity is going to help me get out of my bubble, get out of and being able to reach you could say around the globe. So is it maybe abuse of the connectivity you see happening, or is it something you say oppose? So is it smart use of the phone? That's what we should be doing, or should we just put away the phone?
Give the phone a break every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, connectivity is not inherently bad. I mean, look, we're using connectivity
Yep,
to spread
we're doing it
this
right
message
now. You know,
right,
this is
right
a good
now.
example where we're using the connectivity to make a connection because it would have been more likely more difficult if we didn't have this.
Yeah. The label on the back of the pink socks has the instructions. It says every time you wear your pink socks, you're going to connect with people. Someone's going to see your socks and say, "Hey, I like those."
Yeah.
That's your opportunity. Stop what you're doing, look at them and say, "Hey, it's good to see you." Don't miss each one of those opportunities to connect with someone. That's on the back of every
I
pair
got
of
that.
socks, in case you forget.
Yeah.
So, it's uh
Now, does
yes. Is there
anybody?
abuse of connectivity?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Okay, and is in the same line, is there also an abuse of the socks? Do you see? Is there a category of people? You're not going to get those socks. They're not for you. They're not meant for you. I mean, do you have to qualify or
No, no. So
anybody?
so we provide pink socks on our website at our cost.
Yeah.
And we provide them, we want you to get them by the dozens because it's not about just you wearing your pink socks. It's about you wearing your pink socks and then gifting pink socks along the way so that you have a pair or two of pink socks in your bag with you at all times. So the person who says, "Hey, I like your socks," that's the person who's going to get the socks. So it rarely works. And I try to encourage people, don't just go up to somebody and say, "Hey, I want to give you these."
Yeah.
That hardly ever works.
Okay. And what's the reply
The
when you are at a big
person,
conference? If you have the big bag of socks and somebody said, "Hey, can I have a pair of socks?"
absolutely. But yes, who's going to get gifted the pink socks? They're going to come to you. You don't have to go to them.
Okay.
And that works all the time.
Good. Hey, Nick, just wondering, um, you've been inspired by lessons learned from Burning Man. You mentioned a couple other people. Just wondering, is that, you could say, I would say, the sole source of your inspiration? How do you get inspired today? How do you get motivated?
I get inspired by seeing what people are doing around the world with pink socks. I mean, it's we're our mission is a paradox. It's not one mission. It's made up of multiple missions. We celebrate organizations and people all around the world that are doing good things in their neighborhood, in their offices, in their space. So much, almost all practically social media is, "Hey, look at me, look at me, look how cool I am. Look at this
Yeah.
fabulous
Yeah.
vacation. I'm on holiday. Look how beautiful it is. Oh, look at my coffee. My latte has a heart on the phone." Uh, Pink Socks is an opportunity for you to celebrate someone other than yourself. It's an opportunity for you to say, "Hey, look at what he's doing. Look at what she's doing. Look what they're doing. Let's be a cheerleader for them, for each other." In 2017, when I did the TEDx talk in San Francisco, I added the puzzle piece as a design element, right? To represent the power of connection, pink socks connecting people all around the world. And that's in the book, a lot of this reminder that we are all in this together, no matter where we are in the world. And the message of pink socks in the book, it transcends all ideologies, it transcends all geopolitical borders. And that is that we're all more
Good.
alike than we are different.
Yeah.
We all want peace. We all want love. We all want kindness and acceptance. We want to have our friends over for dinner. We want to go to the pub and have a pint with our mate. We want to watch our children play football. We want to watch the flowers grow in our garden. These things are all around us and inherent in all of us.
Mm.
We just need a reminder from time to time instead of getting all of the shit, fire hosed on us from the negative stuff. And when we give ourselves the permission and the space to remember that and to know what is true in our heart already, our heart already knows the way. All we have to do is follow it.
Mhm.
We have to kind of get out of here, because so much of technology and social media and all this stuff is aimed up here, the neurochemistry. We have to let this, just give this a break for a little bit and come back down in here to your true self, true authentic self, and listen to your heart speak. And, we were talking before the show, and it's so true. Everybody has a story to share.
Mhm.
All we have to do is stop and listen. And when we give ourselves that time to stop and listen to someone else's heart speak. There's magic in those moments. So we just keep doing that.
I love that. Now, unfortunately, time's moving so fast, Nick. Just a couple of more questions. First of all, for the young people out there just starting their own career, their own journey, any advice you want to give those people?
Yeah, do something that you're passionate about. Do something that you enjoy, that you love doing. Don't do a job just because there's money attached to it. The money will take care of itself. Go do something that sparks, ignites the flame in your heart. That's what you got to do. Don't ever work anywhere where if you dread getting up and going to work in the morning, it's time to get a new job. Yeah. Don't ever waste any of your precious time not doing something that you believe that is making you a better person, better human. It's helping others. Just follow your heart. Like I said, it knows the way.
I was tempted to skip my last question, but I need to ask this anyway, Nick. You've been doing this for 10 years. Are you going to do this for the rest of your life? Is this how you want to be known or remembered?
Well, I don't really know what else I would do. I'm a little on the old side. I basically retired years ago. I had no intention on this becoming a thing, but it has become a thing, and I'm grateful. And I spend my time trying to shepherd it and promote it and cheerlead, be the number one cheerleader for what people are doing with Pinksocks. I can't imagine really doing anything else. I mean, uh, I was just at an event in Boston, and I'm standing, in the elevator or going down the elevator. There's a guy in a suit and tie next to me, and he's kind of looking me up and down. And there was another guy also in a suit and tie, but he's in the Pink Socks tribe. And I noticed that he had his pink socks on. And the guy looked at me and he said, "Well, so what do you do?" And I looked at him and I said, "Well, I spread love and kindness around the world." And the guy in the suit with the pink socks, he lifted up his pants leg and showed the guy his pink socks. He goes, "Yeah, he really does." So, uh, those moments like that of just, that's what it's all about. And I can't imagine doing anything other than spreading love and kindness around the world. So
I
I'm going to
think
try to keep doing that.
that
I'm
sounds
grateful
like
that I get to do it. So,
Nick, keep on doing that because I think that's what the world really needs. So I'm fully in on that, and I want
yeah,
to
we each can
thank
do
you.
this, Fritz.
Yeah,
All of us, And so I tell people if pink socks aren't your thing, that's okay. Find something that is your thing. Maybe it's a hat, maybe it's a flower, maybe, whatever it is, whatever that thing is that sparks a connection, do that. Yeah.
connect and give.
Yep. That's it.
Great, Nick. Thank you so much for sharing us your story.
Thank you, Fritz.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the Brand Called You videocast and podcast, a platform that brings you knowledge, experience, and wisdom of hundreds of successful individuals from around the world. Do visit our website www.tbcy.in to watch and listen to the stories of many more individuals. You can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search for the Brand Called You.